I'm not done yet!
Hey guys, welcome to another unboxing video. So this is going to be a very special unboxing. Not because we're going to unbox something, but because I actually want to talk about a story. Now this is kind of influence from Happy Console Gamer, Johnny Millennium's own video of his own experience of getting the SNES Classic at his Walmart, but I didn't get it at Walmart, I got it at GameStop. So I guess we could just tell you how the story went for me on getting the SNES Classic. So my story on how I got the NES Classic, or how I was just planned it, everything was I used to work at this GameStop, which is the same GameStop I bought the NES Classic from, and me and the manager is really cool. Same with the supervisor, I believe, or lead, or I don't know what you would call the second top lead person, but still, which I should know, but I just don't remember. Which is called supervisor for now. So I'm cool with both of them. Well, mostly the whole staff. I'm cool with all of them. I really am. Except for one new person, because I don't really know who she is. But regardlessly, I'm cool with them, of course. And well, I asked the manager, hey, do you know when is the best time to maybe get in line for the SNES Classic? Because if you don't know, you couldn't pre-order it, because it was sold out in like 15 minutes. So it was like impossible. So you would just like, don't even try, just get it when you can, kind of thing. And basically I just woke up Friday morning, basically it was yesterday when you're seeing this, and I was thinking, it's like, man, I don't know what time I should be there, and I didn't even eat. I didn't really like think about it. I just wanted to go so I can get a chance to get this guy. And basically I left like at 7:40-ish. I got there at 7:40, like 5. Like really, I live like a minute or two away from GameStop, and there was already like a little mini line. I was the 9th person in the line. There was a few other people, but they weren't technically in line for the NES Classic. They were just there for their family member or members. And well, I was like, okay, so the SNES Classic, you know, I actually have a chance. It says on the door there's 15 copies, which we found out there was actually 16 copies, but it's fine. Just one extra copy. And I was like, oh my god, I actually have a chance to get the SNES Classic, which I was not expecting whatsoever, because, well, I was expecting it to be just like, not exactly just like, because I noticed they made more of these than the SNES Classic, of the SNES Classic, because the NES Classic, if you're trying to get one, it was like a nightmare. You could not get one. It was almost impossible, so I wasn't even gonna try. And well, I was just like, I was ecstatic, like, oh my god, I actually have a chance to get the SNES Classic. And for the Super Nintendo, yes, it was one of the generations I grew up gaming. I played only a few Super Nintendo games, only a few, like less than 10, like really, Super Nintendo games. For sure, the one main game on here I played the most was, of course, Kirby Superstar. Was one of my favorite games. It's really Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island. And well, there's a bunch more on here. Like I played, but never really beat it, like Super Mario World into the past. I have played Super Mario Kart a lot back in the day, but I suck at it now. F-Zero, same thing. I suck with it. Pretty much that's it. I guess I didn't play many, and I did also like other weird titles on Super Nintendo I didn't have on the NES Classic. I did have Super Mario RPG Legends of Stars, which I still have over there, so that is a game I actually really did love too. And basically, I was like excited, so I was in line from 7:50, basically 7:50, to opening. So I was basically outside for 3 hours, basically almost. And I was like, man. Now, when I look at everybody who was ahead of me, which I'm sorry I have no pictures, but you will see two clips simultaneously or whatever, one after another, of me going to GameStop. But before that, or after that, I mean, everybody was having like, they either had food, coffee, or something, and I'm like, I'm dying, not really dying. I'm like, I'm a little cold, and I'm like, freak, man, I didn't even eat. I just went here because I was thinking I was not gonna get an SNES Classic. And I know what I did. I could have literally gone to the 7-Eleven, which was like maybe like 2-minute walk, and then walk back, and I was still been in the same spot because no one came to get SNES Classic in the time of when I was there. It was like almost a rough hour, almost, until the next person behind me actually showed up. And I'm like, if I knew that, I would have gone to give me a coffee and a donut or something. I don't know. And I was like, man, I really wanted to freaking get this NES Classic. So I really wasn't sure if I was going to get one at all. So that's why I didn't even go to the 7-Eleven. I just had to stay in the freaking line. So, you know, that's that. So I was talking to some of the other people, of course, talking in line about what they're excited to play in SNES Classic. What have they been playing recently? What did they do? You know, I was just kind of curious, you know, and they asked me the same questions. And I told them I was a YouTuber, and they're like, oh my god, you must have a lot of subscribers. In my mind, I thought they were going to tell me, but like, oh wow, how's that like? That's basically what it said. And I told them, like, well, it's an interesting, like, job. You have to depend so many things, and you already know how YouTube works. So just a lot of crazy things. And I told him about social media sites, Patreon, like there's so many ways you can make money, but yeah, it's just so hard on YouTube nowadays. But you have to keep trying if you really feel passionate about it. And of course, be yourself, you know, don't make it feel like you're not having fun with it. If you're not, stop and then come back to when you are. So basically, you know, I was talking to them like what they're playing and all that. One's playing Horizon Zero Dawn, sorry. The other one was playing, I think, Splatoon 2 on story mode. I'm like, oh cool, I beat that actually like about a month or two ago. So stuff like that, you know. I was telling like, yo, I'm playing Secret of Mana, which I have been a teeny bit. I've been playing a little bit of like ARMS, not so much that I would like to, but you know, a little bit of that, and of course Sword Online free Hollow Fragment. So, you know, a few good titles. So, yeah, so basically, waiting in line, finally showed up. The manager finally showed up, like maybe like around 8. No. I would say like 8:30 actually. 8:30 sounds about right. So, he knew that only 15 people was going to be getting the SNES Classic. Oh, he thought 15 was actually 16. And so we had to start counting it, and including he started counting it. So everybody was, you know, going to get a number. I was number 9. And anybody that was number 16 could not get NES Classic. Sorry. So I felt actually really cool. I was like, oh my god, I'm actually going to get something that I didn't pre-order. Because you can't pre-order, it's like impossible. I went because I was like, I'm gonna get this damn thing. If I went originally the time I thought I was gonna actually go, yeah, I would have still actually had a chance to get the damn thing. But I didn't think I'd actually have the experience of me actually being in line at 7:30 in the morning to about 10 in the morning to open. So I don't know, it was just really interesting. You know, I was getting cold around like 9, I would say, about 9. It was getting cold, like the most. I was actually starting to do like, you know, like breathe in my hands, make them warm and all that, and it was just mostly interesting to do that. So, not to just do that, but you know, just being outside, being cold, and get SNES Classic. So, you know, like I was just finally excited. Finally got this thing. I remember we had to start. Anybody was, you know, like I said, 16, number 16. All of us had a job, and the only job was to tell number 16 to, hey, you're not gonna get an SNES Classic. Little did we know, about 30 minutes later, after the stores open, like it's now 10:30. I'm still there, by the way, because I like to shop for more games. Of course, I did buy more games, by the way, but that's a totally different story. And the manager's like, hey, we actually have another SNES Classic. So I was like, okay. I felt kind of bad for like a few people that we had to tell that we did not have any more NES Classics. It felt kind of weird. But I was like, it happens. But I feel kind of bad for like the 2 people in my mind specifically that had like a DualShock like controller or something like that on the t-shirt, and another guy was like in the car. So, I don't know, like, I just felt bad if they didn't get an SNES Classic, or they didn't have a chance to get it there. Because I know it was so hard, because I've been hearing stories from other people that was coming to the GameStop, trying to see if they can get an SNES Classic, about if they can get one. And, of course, they had to say no, because there was no more. But, I was hearing the stories, and some of the same stories, the same people from the same exact store coming from this store, and it was, hey, do you have any NES classics? And of course they said no, of course. But not only but all of them kept saying we went from Target to Best Buy to Walmart and then to GameStop. And now my mind's like, this is my mind really quick. I'm like, I wouldn't go to Target or Best Buy for SNES Classic. If I wanted a game console, like, which is basically that's what it is, I would have gone literally to a game store. So that's just me though, personally. I can get it, you know, electronics are now also at Walmart, Target, and Best Buy, especially Best Buy. Makes sense on that one. But I just heard that there was this line, a gigantic line just going outside just to get the SNES Classic, because he had like triple, quadruple the amount of NES Classics for supply and demand. I get that. So, like I said, my GameStop was 16. There was 16 SNES Classics. I have no idea on how many or any other GameStops had. No idea. I would love to know, but I have to actually go to the store and ask an employee that actually worked there, most likely a manager. I don't want to ask that because it's kind of weird, other than, hey, do you have SNES Classic? To lie to see if they actually do, which I know they're going to say no. So, oh, by the way, I feel bad for the GameStop employees, and which I was one and want to become one again, that every single, like, minute, somebody is calling for an SNES Classic, and I'm like literally looking through the game stuff, like I think I'm like in PS4 section or something, and I'm always just hearing like a phone ringing, and it's always I'm gonna use my name for example. Hi, thank you for calling GameStop, where you can buy 2 get 1 free. My name is Herman. How can I help you? It's like that, and immediately I'm hearing the employee basically saying, no, sorry, we're sold out, or we don't have no more, or something. And I'm like, oh, it's an SNES Classic. I already know right out of the way. So, you know, it's kind of like, you know, bad, you know. It was just, everybody was calling for it, but I totally understand. I would probably have done that too, maybe. But I don't know. I don't know. It just kind of bothers me about, like, it wouldn't bother me. It would bother me more if I was just working there at that time and answering phones or whatever. But I just feel bad for, you know, the employees have to keep calling, getting calls saying about the SNES Classic, man. So I don't know, I feel bad for them, but still, there was actually one guy. So the reason, we thought that this one guy was gonna get an SNES Classic, and we didn't want to say anything because he was cross-eyed. So we didn't know if he wanted one. We are all assuming, everyone in the line was assuming he wanted one because he's in the line waiting. You know, like, who? Okay, cool. He's gonna be waiting for the SNES Classic. Duh, obviously. He did not get the NES Classic. I'm not even lying to you. It was the weirdest thing for me. It was like weird. I'm like, okay, so the actual customer, he had a PS Vita, by the way. This is to point out there because that's what he was playing on from outside. He wanted to get Gundam Versus on the PS4, and I'm like, okay, cool. I know about that game. I didn't even know it was coming out today because this thing was basically overshadowing everything. So I was like, okay. That just made me laugh. In my mind, I'm like, really? You didn't get an SNES Classic and you were waiting in line for like, I think when you showed up, when that guy showed up, it was like not 2 hours, sorry. About an hour, almost an hour, I think it was. Maybe an hour and like 10 minutes, but still, I was like, he's not getting an SNES Classic? And after he left, myself and actually the manager was like, dude, I thought he really was going to get the SNES Classic, because I was talking to him and he didn't say anything because he was playing on his Vita, but I was trying to look at him, but I was like, oh wait, he's cross-eyed, so he might be actually looking at me, but not in a, you know, it wasn't trying to be like a rude way, but that's really what we were thinking. Of course, that's what everyone else was thinking in the line as well, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, that's just like that's just so crazy. So I don't know, it was interesting. A guy did not get an SNES Classic because he wanted Gundam Versus on the PS4. I want to say, oh, it's a bad game or anything. It's pretty fun. I played the demo, so go check that out. By the way, Gundam Versus. But anyways, let's get to the freaking box. So If you want to know the actual time I left GameStop, I left like around 11 because I was still shopping around, wanted to buy whatever I wanted to buy. So, yeah. And I already know about the sculptors selling it for extremely amount already. This thing is an $80 thing. Okay, it's $80. Okay, I got that. I'm seeing people selling for like 100, which is not that bad. Not that bad. I see 150, like okay, you know, then 200, like oh my god, and it doubles and triples, and I'm like holy shit. I seen, thanks to Sean Long, by the way, RGT85, from 200 to 3 to 4 to I think I saw 800 or something, and then 1,000, and I was like, and then 1,000, I think 500, so I was like 1,500. Like wait, for an SNES Classic, this little guy, I was like no. Of course I think the same thing with the NES Classic, which I still don't have, and I'm like no. So one last thing I do know about the modding on the SNES Classic. The SNES Classic is the same as the NES Classic, except for something has to get updated and it still won't let you put in ROMs, but it's basically the same thing you could do to hack your SNES Classic. Will I be hacking this thing? No, not now, not yet, because I'm afraid, and this thing has the software that actually does that has not been updated for the SNES Classic yet. So let's get to it. So finally, hold up. If you want to see me actually end the GameStop for like 30 seconds, here you go.
Yeah. I don't have the money to do that right now. If I did, I would. I don't. It's sad. Alright, there you go. You're welcome. Alright.
Let's go. Is this mine? Here, I'll hold it while we get out the door.
I suppose you want one of these, right?
Yep. So I'm here, I think.
Okay, you saw me for like 30 minutes. Just me being in the GameStop and all that, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, so here we go. SNES Classic. What's on the front of this really quick? Game includes the never released Star Fox 2, Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, F-Zero, Super Mario Kart, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, and more. The Nintendo Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Edition, the SNES Classic. On the side, it tells you the Super NES Classic controller, play classic Super Nintendo Entertainment System games the way they were meant to be played on a full-size original Super Nintendo controller. Just plug it in and you're ready to go. Yeah, it's basically exactly what you're gonna know. And of course, it can fit on the palm of your side, or it's the size that can fit in your palm or your hand or whatever. And you already know that. So, console Super Nintendo, it's the successor to the NES. You already know that. So, yeah, just check it around here. All the warranties and all that, NES Classic and all that. On the back, it tells you, I think, every single game actually is on the NES Classic. Here we go. We got Contra 3, The Alien Wars, Donkey Kong Country, Earthbound, Final Fantasy 3, F-Zero, Kirby's Dream Course, Kirby Superstar, Mega Man X, Secret of Mana, Star Fox, Street Fighter 2, Turbo, Hyper Fighting, Super Castlevania 4, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario RPG Legends of the Stars, Super Mario World, Super Mario, Super Metroid, Super Punch Out, The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, and Yoshi's Island. Okay, so if it was just me, I would take off Kirby's Dream Course and put in Chrono Trigger. That was the biggest thing a lot of people kept mentioning, and myself included. Add in Chrono Trigger. Would it be any others I would take out or put in? No, I guess just take out Kirby's Dream Course for Chrono Trigger, and I think that probably been the best thing, because he has Secret of Mana in here, right? Yeah, Secret of Mana. So where's Chrono Trigger? That would make more sense too, you know? But they didn't. But hey, they did add Star Fox 2, which is probably the biggest thing people wanted this thing for. But if you want to know really quick before I actually open it one more time, the ROM has been dumped on the internet. Someone has already hacked the SNES Classic, got the ROM itself for the Star Fox 2, and ripped it to the internet. Yes. How do I know this? Because I actually got the ROM. I was playing it last night. Well, the other night. Last night when I got the SNES Classic. So I was playing that. I almost beat the game actually. It was kind of funny, and I gamed over, but it was okay. And well, I have the official Star Fox 2 ROM version, not the one that was completed back in the day but never released. You know. So, anyways, let's just get into it finally. Okay, I'm trying to be really careful with this because right now I don't have like a reason to use it, but I do want this because, you know, I will be wanting to use this later on. I know that. So, come on here. I do feel a bit tired though. I've been awake since 7 in the morning or whatever it was because I put alarm on. How does this come out? Hold on. Where does this come out? Hold on. Mega sure. Come on. Like I said, I don't want to ruin anything here. How does this come out? Oh, there we go. Oh man, I love that. Now you're playing with superpower. Holy shit. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that right there. Now you're playing with superpower. I know you guys can't read backward. Maybe if you can, that's awesome, but dang, that's just freaking awesome right there. Alright. Opening this up. Come on here. Okay, inside the SNES Classic is just that, so that's it for that. So here is the manual, dude. This is awesome. Super Mario World, Super Metroid. It tells you like a bunch of like little clip notes of what this games and like a manual. That's pretty awesome. So of course, the first thing I'm seeing is like, well, I already see what I can kind of see, is the AC adapter for the SNES Classic, of course. I'm gonna be saying that a lot of times. SNES Classic. Of course, this is the cord that goes to the Super Nintendo controller, which I actually want to take out. Just one of them. This feels amazing. This feels amazing. I already know how my original Super Nintendo controller is, but it just feels weird. Like I own another official Super Nintendo controller, and it's new. You know, it's new. And of course, it does not work with original Super Nintendo controllers. It is the standard like adapter that they put on like everything since the Wii came out. So this could work on Virtual Console games, basically on your Wii. Just let you know on that. So that's cool. But you didn't get just one. No. Not like the NES Classic. No. We got 2 in here. 2. So I don't want to take out this one because I already know it's another controller. So that's cool. That's cool. I know. You're like, oh my god, Shadow. So okay, let's put the controller back in because, of course, why would I not be excited to get the SNES Classic? There will be a Nintendo 64 Classic at some point, N64 Classic Edition. But it does not sound as catchy as saying the SNES Classic or the NES Classic. I can't say that for sure. It does not sound as catchy. Okay. I kind of forgot how that was in exactly, but I'm trying my best here. I'm probably like, just forget it. I know. I'm just like that. I'm always picky. And stuff. Really am, actually. It's kind of a bad thing to say, but still, it's true. I'm kind of picky with that stuff. So, anyways, I kind of got it in. All right, here we go. The biggest thing here is the thing itself. Oh, what's below that? Oh, the AC adapter for the consoles right here. I don't want to take that out, but it's there. So it's good to see that's there. Come on. Okay. Here we go. It's in my hand. Oh my god. Here is the Super Nintendo, the SNES Classic itself. This is just crazy. Hold on, I know about the if I could do it. For a second I thought it's like just pop it open, or just push it open, or whatever it's called. There's a lot of things back in the day was like that. Yeah, I really do wish the eject button does not work, so I can't actually open it. Actually been really nice if that did work, so you can get this part. Oh, duh, that's so much better. It's at the bottom, and I know that. Okay, so that's what it looks like when you put in the controller ports. See, just like that. I like how the power button is still the same way. Turn on power, you can still turn this on and off, and the research button does work. So that's freaking amazing. Of course, you can't put an actual cartridge in the Super Nintendo slot. There's not supported with that, but it does have its own Super Nintendo games inside. The ones I already said. So of course, if you don't know, and just come on, just get in there. However the heck I put you in there. There we go. On the back, it says the Super NES controller deck. This device compiles with part 15 of the FCC rule. I already know that part. So a lot of them says like that. So it looks like an official like it looks like a legit like Super Nintendo, so very smaller. And of course, at the back of it, it's just HDMI and the power itself. So that's gonna be very interesting to try that out too. Of course, I'm not gonna say I have no desire. I have no reason to put this up, but I will be trying this out just because I want to try it out. So that's be it for today. Once again, thank you for watching. This was the SNES Classic, and it's right in my hands. You see that? It's right in my hands. Not in my dog's hands, but my hands alone. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually pretty freaking cool. When I will be saying that when the Nintendo 64 one comes out, I have an idea what they might do, and it is just me though, by the way. That'd be pretty cool if they they want to do the whole color series on 64, because that was like their biggest thing for the 64 itself. I do remember that. So let's put this back in for a minute. So I like to just put stuff back in. That's what he said. Anyways, so putting this back in now, so we could do this. If I can't, then I know I did something wrong, but I can do this. Just can't be that scared. Like, it's really the trick. You can't really be that scared. Okay, making sure I'm not making sure. Okay, see, I got it. I just had to use my stomach. Okay. It's basically back in there. Nice. Except for the manual, it's kind of sticking out. There, now it's actually back in there 100%. Okay. And that's it right there. That's the SNES Classic. No gameplay footage. I will be doing a special video on this as a Tales of Shadow X. And because, well, I haven't done last week's. I didn't do Thursday. So this will be a special upload for Tales of Shadow X. So once again, I'm excited to play. Not like all the games. I kind of already own all the games in a way too, except for Star Fox 2. But now I officially do own it, like 4 times now. But it's whatever. It's fine. Oh, well, no, 3 times. Sorry. I would love to get a 4th time, and that's a ROM base, but still, like cartridge and all that hacked and reproduction. Anyway, so this is rated teen for teens, so anyone could really buy it. So let you guys know on that. And if you really want to know, it's mild blood, suggestive themes, violence, and everything else, but in Spanish or in other words. So, Star Fox 2. Oh, here's a little trick. Star Fox 2 can be unlocked by completing the first stage of Star Fox. Okay, that's good to know. So everybody wants to play that. I know they do. So once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you all for the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe, okay? Bye-bye.
Chaos Control!